All right. Brown rice pasta is, is a different issue. Pasta, including brown rice pasta, are very high glycemic. There's a big glycemic load, so it does raise your blood sugar quite a bit. Now, if you're going to eat pasta and you have an allergy to gluten, for example, which is in wheat, then you definitely want to have brown rice pasta. But it's not healthier from the standpoint of the issue that I talked about with sugar load. I stopped eating pasta. My wife's Italian. I used to eat pasta twice a day, and I loved it. And I haven't eaten it in 10 years, and I don't miss it. And I work out 1/4 of the amount of exercise that I used to do, and I'm as lean as I was 10 years ago because of the way I eat, I think, more than anything else. Yes? Yes. Agave nectar, you still do get an insulin spike, but it is relatively low glycemic. But you have to be really careful. Agave nectar, unless it's labeled raw organic, agave nectar can be very highly processed. And there's actually a monograph out, I think on somebody's website, which is basically showing that agave some of it is a scam. That, it's because people heard about it and they think it's great. But if you do get agave, I would get raw agave nectar. But I don't eat agave. I generally stay away from honey. I stay away from most sweet things, and most of the fruits I eat are low glycemic. Stevia is fine. Stevia literally has no ability to raise blood sugar. And it may actually even help to modulate blood sugar. The only problem with stevia is it tends to have somewhat of a aftertaste for some people. There are some brands that are getting better and better. And I would say I would try to, it's great for cooking in some cases. A lot of people don't find it's too palatable in coffee or tea or anything like that. Yes? Some examples of refined carbohydrates to avoid. Bread, generally most pasta, most everything white, sugar, rice. It's even interesting. Brown rice is, if you look, what we're really talking about now is glycemic index or glycemic load. Brown rice and white rice have a very similar glycemic index. Brown rice is healthier because it's got the B vitamins in it. It hasn't been milled off. But white rice and brown rice both have a fairly high glycemic index. Just to give you an idea of perspective on this, white rice has a glycemic index of about 60. Brown rice has a glycemic index of about 55. Nuts have a glycemic index of about 15. Blueberries, about 15. An apple, maybe 30, 35. So actually things that taste sweet, some of them have a much lower glycemic index than brown rice. Glycemic index is the ability of a food to raise blood sugar. And it's compared to a standardized dose of glucose. Now, interestingly enough, this is important. Those are isolated. Nobody eats food in isolation, or rarely. So if you eat some things that are a little sweeter toward the end of a meal, when you have some fats and proteins in your stomach, it's going to be absorbed more slowly and have less of a spike in your blood sugar and less of a spike in your insulin. One more question. Somebody who hasn't asked. There you go.
Okay. Government is supposed to have cloned meat.
With cloned meat.
Yes. Supposed to be 2009.
Right.
So,
I would stay away from it. Stay away from it. You know why I would stay away from it? Because if you take a look at the life history of cloned animals, they look pretty good at the beginning. They all die young, have strange diseases. And to me, you just don't know what you're getting, It's just, and to be honest with you, I would stay away from all meat that is grown in the way that cloned meat is going to. The reason they're growing cloned meat is to make money. So there's no other reason to do it. So the way they're going to do it is going to be the same crappy way of raising meat that they do. They're going to stick them in a feedlot. They're going to stuff them full of hormones and antibiotics. They're going to fatten them up until they're, sick, very sickly. So I would definitely stay away from it. Okay, we have to hold up. I really want to thank you very much. And I want to thank Alex again for putting together this wonderful expo. I mean, this is really the best it's been. A tremendous turnout and a great group of people. I really appreciate your attention. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.